It's a short flight in a helicopter from Camp Bastion to Shawkat, the only remaining forward operating base in Nadi Ali, one of the most violent areas of Helmand province over the last few years.
This is going to be a set of orders for
the Duke of Lancaster's regiment is now based here. We joined them on a foot patrol in the area.
The sort of ground that we're working in does lend itself to certain threats, okay? It lends itself to a potential suicide IED or an IED.
Even now, they take no chances. This was a purely British-led patrol that almost never happens anymore. Normally the Afghans are in the lead, either on their own or with the British military one step behind in support. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. The town bazaar is already busy. A few years ago, at the height of the insurgency, it would have been empty.
The situation here is fine, but a little bit away from this bazaar is not much good. But this is better than before. The situation is changed, but there is not any positive change.
The absence of any women on the street is obvious. This is a society changing slowly. It is changing.
It could be a generational thing, but the younger Afghans you speak to seem to be happy with progress that has been made since British troops have been here. The older generation, though, well, they're less convinced.
The local police and army now work together to coordinate operations against the Taliban. They manage largely on their own. Again, though, as with everything, mentored by their British counterparts.
I fight with Taliban and Taliban fight with us, but we are always stand to fight against them.
Mohammed Ibrahim is the district governor. He's an important man in this area. It's a fine balance, encouraging change, but at the right pace. If he gets it wrong, if he upsets the elders, he could risk a Taliban resurgence.
Well, many great sacrifices, as you say, have been made in this district by British soldiers, by Afghan soldiers, Afghan police, and Afghan civilians, of course. Was it worth it?
I think the sacrifices have not been wasted, he told me. Now people have a standard of living here. Children are going to school, we have clinics here. Due to these clinics, a lot of people, women and children, used to die. So the sacrifices that have been made by your soldiers and our soldiers, we appreciate that and will never forget that. His confidence doesn't seem to be that of a wishful, misguided politician. There is evidence to back up his boasts. And yet the Taliban are only a few kilometres away, regularly, daily, launching attacks, especially against Afghan checkpoints. You can't help but wonder what could happen when the British finally leave town. Alistair Bunker, Sky News, Nadi Ali, Afghanistan.